ultimately justice has prevailed today. He wanted to go to hell, and he's going to get there early.
Boston bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev sentenced to death. So will the jury's decision send a message to violent Islamic extremists? Joining us now is our old friend, the president of the American Islamic Forum for Democracy and the author of The Battle for the Soul of Islam, Dr. Zuhdi Jasser. Zuhdi, it's great to see you this morning. So,
nice to be with you, Tucker.
Will his execution make him a martyr? That's the concern you're hearing voiced. Is it a legitimate concern, do you think?
Absolutely not. I mean, these Islamo-patriots around the world will find some way to make him either a martyr or a victim. And if you look at Boston itself, Afia Siddiqui, who's Lady Al-Qaeda from MIT, is in jail, and ISIS, before it did beheadings, wanted to get her released. So I think he's less harm to us dead than he sitting in a prison where ISIS may try to have him swapped. Not to mention, Tucker, the jury sent a message. This is a war, and they sent the message that we will not appease, we will not be soft against radical Islamists. We will give them the full brunt of our law. That is a message of defeat. Anything else would be appeasement and would show that we are soft on terrorism.
Interesting. It's interesting that you suggested ISIS would want to swap for him. That suggests that he is part of a larger movement. That is not at all what the U.S. attorney in Boston said, Carmen Ortiz. Listen to the way she characterized Tsarnaev's crime. Here it is.
Make no mistake, the defendant claimed to be acting on behalf of all Muslims. This was not a religious crime, and it certainly does not reflect true Muslim beliefs. It was a political crime designed to intimidate and to coerce the United States. Although the defense claimed that the defendant was himself intimidated and coerced by an older brother, the evidence did not bear that out. The defendant was an adult who came to believe in an ideology of hate.
So that's Carmen Ortiz, theologian in Boston. Obviously, he wasn't acting on behalf of all Muslims. That goes without saying. But he does seem to have been motivated by his own religious beliefs, his interpretation of his religion. Do you think?
Absolutely, and you know, how much denial do we have to have? And it's sad that the U.S. attorney has to be this theologian as we see the verdict. The jury was much smarter. The jury said, you know, the note that he wrote where he said that when one Muslim suffers, we all suffer, and thus he wrote this note that ultimately this is why, yes, terrorism is, you know, killing innocents forbidden, but this act will not be forbidden. So they said that showed that he had intent and he deserved the death penalty because he wrote that. That is clearly an Islamist radical who's part of a global movement. And if we want to see moderate Muslims who are against Islamism and these global movements step up and act, we have to recognize that there are various versions of Islam, and if we're going to take the mantle of Islam away from them, we have to recognize that this guy is part of an Islamo-global movement.
Exactly. Dr. Zuhdi Jasser, it's great to see you. And for our viewers who are interested in learning more about the points Zuhdi just made, his book, A Battle for the Soul of Islam, it's excellent. I recommend it to everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Tucker. Appreciate it.